I have lots of magic to share with you guys this evening. I wanted to start the live at 2022 UK time. Hey Jenny, hey Kim. And hello from Chicago. Hi. I wanted to start the live at 2022 time here in the UK on the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022, obviously for a reason. I have things to share with you, things to teach you. I'm going to walk you through a little masterclass in numbers, in faith, in surrender, in what this year holds for us. And then I have an invitation for you as well to join me. Yay, you finally got live. So good to see so many of you. Oh, this is a blessing. How beautiful, how beautiful, how beautiful. Okay. I'm going to treat this like a paid masterclass. So for those of you who are used to seeing me on Zoom, you probably know what's coming, but in every container that I hold, all the space holding that I do, I like to set the energy, set the intention, invite the energy in so that we can enter into a beautiful energetic exchange relationship. So if you're old timer, you know what we're doing. Palms up, back straight, eyes closed. If you are new here and you've never meditated with me before, I'd like to invite you to just join me. It literally takes 30 seconds. We're just going to take a few breaths together, set the space, set the intention, just really tap you into this 22-2-22 energy today. And then we'll start the masterclass, and then I've got an invitation for you at the end. All right, my loves. Just as a contextual piece, if I keep looking sideways, it's because I've got the baby monitor here. My 7-month-old and my 3-year-old are both fast asleep, but the baby is still on the baby monitor and daddy is out. So this is why I keep looking this way, just to make sure that he's sound asleep. But I'm sure he will be well behaved for us and we will get through this class uninterrupted. So palms up towards the ceiling, and you can just rest them gently on your lap. Make sure your back is straight. And just gently close your eyes if you can. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold it. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Hold it. Out through the mouth. And again for me, in through the nose. Hold. Out through the mouth. Just continue to breathe. Let your body relax. And just give yourself a second to set the intention for this masterclass, that you will hear whatever you need to hear, that you will receive whatever you need to receive, that you are in the right place at the right time, and everything about this moment is perfect. It's all divine. The guidance that's available to you today is divine. The love in which you are held today is divine. Your journey from this point forward is divine. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to the live stream. I normally say Zoom room at that point, but we're not on Zoom, we're on IG. So here we go. Is everyone feeling tuned in, nice and relaxed, recentered, focused? I hope so. Okay, so I sent an email out earlier today, and I think we put the post on Instagram, I believe we did. Because today is such a momentous day, because it's such an auspicious day, there have been many posts. I'm sure you've seen dozens and dozens of posts and stories and reels and all kinds of things on all the social medias about 2222 and what it means. And I just want to preface what I'm about to share with this. Everybody's right. Everybody's right. There is no wrong way to interpret something. And actually, this, no, my way's the right way, that's wrong, I believe this, that's bullshit, that's bollocks, blah, blah, blah. All of that kind of defensive, projecting, protectedness that I see a lot of in the self-development world, in the spiritual industries. I just want to speak to that a little bit, because when we get defensive with our truth, when we become really protective over what we believe is right or wrong, we cut ourselves off to the true energetics of two. We cut ourselves off to divine relationship with ourselves, relationships with others, even relationships with the divine. Right and wrong, good and bad, truth and untruth is only something that we can understand within the context of duality. So everybody is fighting for their voice, their truth, their method, their strategy, their system, their interpretation, their methodology, their way to be seen and heard and validated as being the one. You see this all the time, especially in the coaching industry. This is the thing that you need to be doing to be making sales, and this is the thing that you need to be doing to go viral on IG, and this is what's worked for me. Don't do what they're saying, do what I'm doing. Everybody is promoting their way and their truth as the one truth, as the right thing. And they're not wrong, but there's also not just one right way. What we have to understand is that everybody's journey is completely unique, and everybody's journey is first formulated in a relationship with themselves, not in a relationship with another person. So as somebody goes through life and they have a relationship with themselves, they figure out what works for them in this thing called life. They create their own beliefs, they create their own truth, they create their own identity, their own strategies and systems, their own business success, their own spiritual understandings. And all of that has come from a relationship with self. Never has it come from a relationship with another or the intention to serve the other. The intention is always to serve the self first. This is not a bad thing. It's literally how it works. We then just have to be really careful as we're promoting and sharing and advocating for the thing that's worked for us, that we don't accidentally devalue somebody else's journey, or we don't make wrong somebody else's journey, because to do that would be to invalidate somebody else's relationship with themselves. And when we invalidate somebody's relationship with themselves, we're creating a mirror where we're actually invalidating the relationship that we have with ourselves. Now, the relationship with self is very important, because without a relationship with self, we can't have a relationship with other. And without a relationship with other, we can't have a relationship with the divine. And so these three pieces that I'm talking about are actually what I wanted to share with you about the energy of two, the power of two, and specifically this year, not just today on 22/2/22, but this year. This year is 2022, 2022. So in numerology, it's what we call a year of 6, because 2 + 2 + 2 is the year of 6. For those of you who are new here, to give you some context, I am a high priestess of light. I am the leading numerologist in the world. So I believe, but again, it could just be my belief. I have been studying, teaching, practicing numerology for years. I teach numerology, I certify people in numerology, and I have adapted my own teaching, which I call priestess numerology. So all of my truth and perspectives are coming from that context. This is not to say anybody else's truth is untrue, but this is what I wanted to share with you. So 2022, 222, it's the year of 6. Which means collectively we're walking the path of 6. Before we get into the 6, let's just stay focused on the 2. There are 3 relationship pieces that I shared with you there. The number 2 is all about relationship. 1 + 1 makes 2, right? In numerology, we understand the 2 energy as relationship energy, boundary energy, negative self energy. But the main focus, and I think this is unanimous across all numerological understandings, is that 2 is about the relationship. So in 2022, in the year of 6, as we walk the path of 6, there's 3 relationships that I want you to bring focus to, 1 for each of the 2s. Your relationship with yourself, your relationship with others, and your relationship with the divine. If we're going to navigate a year of 6 in a 222 year, if we're going to walk the path of 6, we need to be doing this with a solid relationship with ourselves, a solid relationship with others, and a solid relationship with the divine. And why is this important? And why did I bring you to that point in the context of other people's truths? Because to have a relationship with another person is to accept and honor their truth as theirs. And we do this very easily when we're in a loving relationship with someone. So take your partner, your spouse, your best friend, a boyfriend, girlfriend, somebody who you have a lot of love for. Just think about that person for a second. There is somebody in your life who you love deeply. Maybe it's a child. That person has differing views to you on certain things. That person has different tastes. That person has different ideas, different passions, different drive, different motivation. You don't make that person bad or wrong for being different to you. You love that person regardless. And so in this situation, we have a relationship. We're embodying the energy of 2. We're understanding the energy of 2 through the context of love. The differences don't cause discord. They cause harmony. You learn to love each other for your differences, right? What's that phrase? Opposites attract, things like that, right? But take the love piece out of that, and all of a sudden, you've got 2 people with differences, and where humanity lends itself at the moment is discord. So we see people sharing their truth on social media, and then we also see that person being attacked by people on social media saying, that's not true, that's not right. Many of you will have seen it with me. I talk about this quite openly. So I practice my own understanding and truth of spirituality. I get attacked for my own understanding and truth of spirituality. Because what's missing in that relationship is the context of love and the context of compassion. We cannot walk the path of 6. We cannot navigate the year of 6 without love and compassion in all of our relationships. I'm sure you're all very aware of the absence of love and compassion in the online world, in social media, the rise of cyberbullying and the toxicity and the projections and the judgments and keyboard warriorship, because it's so easy to be nasty from behind a screen where you don't have to take personal responsibility for your actions, when you can hide yourself behind an alias, a username that means nothing, that doesn't identify you. But we run into problems with this, because it means we're not fully understanding the energetics and the power of 2, which is to be in relationship, but not just any sort of relationship, a relationship in the context of love, a relationship through the lens of compassion. And one of my oldest teachings, I say, if you can't find compassion for somebody, at least find curiosity. If you see somebody's truth, somebody's belief, someone's opinion been shared on social media, online, anywhere else for that matter, in a conversation, and you don't have a loving relationship with that person, so you're struggling to see them through the context and the lens of love, and you find yourself in judgment, or you find yourself in projection, or you find yourself repelling that person because their truth is different to yours, remember this. You cannot have a relationship with yourself, and you cannot have a relationship with the divine unless you can hold both relationships and a relationship with other, all in the context of love and compassion. So if you cannot find compassion, at least find curiosity. If you can't find compassion, at least find curiosity. I think we're all in agreement, given what's gone on in the world the last 2 years, that we need a lot more love, and we need a lot more compassion and a lot more understanding. And what happens when we allow ourselves to hold space for somebody else's differences, we actually begin to understand how similar we are. And it's through the relationships that we have with others, with self, with the divine, that we actually begin to experience oneness and unity through a context of duality. And this again is all the 2, because 2 is also duality, and life itself is defined by duality. We wouldn't have life, we wouldn't know life, we wouldn't have life experience if we didn't have duality. Duality basically means living as a human being and in the suffering of no longer being with the divine. And so in a 222 year, the 3 relationships that are really important the relationship with yourself, the relationship with others, remember curiosity even if you can't find compassion, and the relationship with the divine. Now 2 is interesting. Let's do some maths here, because 1 plus 1 makes 2. So in the human sense, 1 person plus 1 person makes 2, and that's your human relationship. In the divine sense, 1 plus 1 actually makes 11, because it's you and the divine walking together. Now I say divine, I also use the word source and universe. You can use the word God or angels or anything that's appropriate to you. It's just whatever you deem to be that higher power. Remember, all truths are valid, your beliefs are valid, we all have differences. Doesn't make anybody right or wrong. And in understanding that and embracing that, we really get to understand 2. So 1 plus 1 makes 2, relationship of the human. 1 plus 1 makes 11, relationship with the divine. So these are two paths that you can walk this year. And then there's another one. 1 plus 1 makes 3. This was my 22 download. This was the channel that came through me today. 1 plus 1 makes 3. In fact, they said to me, and I quote, "The most important quality of the number 2 is 3. For us to truly understand 2, we must enter via 3. Well, of course, you can imagine my face at this moment. I'm like, what? I'm the numerologist. I'm the high priestess of light. I've only just wrapped my head around all the different understandings and pieces and power and embodiment of 2. And now you're telling me the power of 2 is in 3? Like, okay, what? But this is my channel. This is my spirit team. They like to flip the script. So it will make sense when I explain it. 1 plus 1 equals 3. Because 1 human plus 1 human equals 3 things. And no, I am not talking about baby making, okay? I'm talking about 1 human plus 1 human creates 2 humans and a relationship between those 2 humans. 1 plus 1 makes 3 is your soul plus your ego, creating your soul and your ego and a relationship between your soul and your ego. 3 things. 1, the human, plus 1, the divine, makes 3. 1 being the human, 1 being the divine, and 1 being the relationship between human and the divine. We cannot truly understand 2. We cannot truly understand what it is to be in duality, what it is to be the same but different, what it is to hold another person's truth without rejection, unless we have a relationship as the bridge to facilitating our understanding of duality, to facilitating our understanding of 2. Does that make sense? 3 is the bridge. The other 1 in that formula is the bridge. 1 plus 1 plus a bridge makes 3. The secret to 2 is accessing it through 3. Kim says, you have just blown my mind. And here's the even more beautiful thing. Now, I know today is all about 2s, and this whole year is all about 2s. But I want to share with you a little bit about 3. Because 3 is creative life force. 3 is the power of creation. 3 is birth energy. 3 is fire. 3 is that fiery energy that creates. 3 is the result. 3 is the outcome. 3 is the product. 3 is an energy that's tangible, that's referenceable. 2 not so much, but 3 is the energy of creation. So to access and understand the power of 2 via 3, what you're doing is creating a relationship. You are creating an energy. You are birthing something new in order to understand, embody, access the two and duality. So in these 3 relationships that you carry this year, the relationship with yourself, the relationship with other, and the relationship with divine, what can you create as your bridge for enhancing and leveraging and expanding your relationship with self, your relationship with other, and your relationship with the divine? This is my invitation to you. And why is this important? So here's the next piece about the 6, because it's 2022. So 2 + 2 + 2 is 6. It's the year of 6, so we walk the path of 6. A little piece about 6. 6 is the energy of the unknown. 6 is the energy of the unseen. 6 can sound scary and a little bit intimidating. It's like walking into a really, really dark forest with no idea where you're going, no guidance system, no tools, no map, no mobile phone, no Google Maps, like nothing. Walking into the unknown. 6 is the energy of the unknown. 6 is the energy of the unseen. The year of 6 is all about lifting the veil and seeing things which were previously unseen. 6 also means faith. 6 also means awe and wonder and curiosity and amazement and stepping out of yourself into a fuller relationship with the divine. So, in order to walk the path of 6, in order to walk the journey of the unknown, in order to be able to confront the darkness, the fear, with absolute faith and grace and be your own guiding light, you've got a choice. You can either walk on your own, or you can walk in relationship with something you have created with yourself, with other, and with the divine. If you create a relationship with yourself, you release the need for enlightenment. If you create a relationship with another, you release the need for one truth. You release the need to be right about anything. If you create a relationship with the divine, then you release the need for personal identity. Let me just say that all again. If you create a relationship with yourself, you release the need for enlightenment. You're not trying to reach anything other than yourself. You found absolute trust and faith and peace and grace with who you are. This is what I call a relationship with yourself. You can create that relationship with yourself where you're no longer broken, where there's nothing to be fixed. You don't need to heal. You're not berating yourself. You're not hitting yourself over the head. You're not trying to be something that's bigger and almost unobtainable. You're not making yourself bad or wrong. You're not making yourself unhealed or broken. So you no longer need to seek enlightenment. You understand that first piece? The relationship that you create with another, with other human beings, that releases your need for one truth. Because the more bridges you build, the more you create relationships with others through the context of love and compassion, or at the very least curiosity, the less you need to be right about things, the less you need to project your truth, the less you need to protect your beliefs and be like, whoa, dude, you just get to be in a beautiful relationship with another human being going, I see you and I see your belief and I see your truth and I accept you completely. We're the same, but we're completely different, and that doesn't matter. Because I've built a relationship, because I've created a bridge with you, because I've done it through the context of love and compassion, and if not that curiosity, I've surrendered my need for truth. Doesn't matter what's true, because what's true for you isn't true for me, and I know that because I love you. And I can love you even if I don't know you. And I can see you, random person on the internet, who's saying something that doesn't sound right to me, that's saying something that doesn't really resonate or doesn't really make sense as my truth. But that's okay, because I love you, human on the internet who I've never met. Because I'm more invested in my relationship with self, with other, the divine, being something that I've created, being something that frees me from the need for enlightenment or the need for truth, that frees me from judgment. I'm more interested in that than spouting my judgment at you. through creating a relationship with other, we release our need for truth. Jess says it sounds very similar to what I'm learning about becoming a universal human. I love it. And that third one, if we create a relationship with the divine, we release our need for identity. This one's massive. That constant search that we're all on in life, like, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And every iteration of who we are, and the constant evolution of being a human being. Who we are as a teenager is not who we were in our 20s, who we were in our 30s, in our 40s, in our 50s. Who we were when we were in a corporate job is not who we are now we're running businesses. Who we were before children is no longer who we are with children or with grown children. Who we were in that last relationship is not who we are in the current romantic relationship, is not who we're going to become in our next relationship. The search for identity, the search for that identification of who I am, pulls us away from our relationship with the divine. And so, by creating a relationship with the divine, you release the need for personal identity, for personal identification, because who are you? You're just consciousness. You're just spirit in human form. You're just a soul in a body. Starry Phoenix says, so when you come from spirit incarnated with clarity that we are spirit. We are. We don't need identity. So these three relationships, 2 + 2 + 2, relationship with yourself to release the need for enlightenment, the relationship with other to release the need for one truth, and the relationship with the divine to release the need from identity. These three twos, using that 3 Ps, creating something, accessing the 2 via the 3, these are the 3 things that are going to help you walk the year of 6, the path of 6. And 6 is a choice, fear or faith. It's much scarier to walk the unknown on your own than it is to walk it with yourself, with other, and with the divine. That gives you faith. In doing this, we give ourselves the freedom to just be. So, let's talk about faith. Let's talk about faith so we can walk the path of 6 with grace, with reverence, with curiosity, with compassion, with leadership, with self-leadership, with strength, with knowing, with peace, with all of those things. There's 2 ways that you can enter into faith. You can enter into faith using the power of your word, and you can enter into faith using the power of choice, and or both. I promised you this evening I would extend an invitation and I would open 2 paths for you. The path of 2 is the relationship with the human. The path of 11 is your relationship with the divine. These 2 paths that I'm opening, one will enhance your faith with the power of your word, and the other one will enhance your faith with the power of choice. And both are open to you. One is free and one is paid. So let me talk about the free one first. The next free event, it's not really an event. The next free thing that I'm running, something that I've never done before. And it's come from this place of really deeply knowing and desiring in my soul to have more intimate relationships with you guys, with my clients, with the people that follow me on Instagram, with the people that are on my mailing list, with the people whose lives I've collided with over the last 4 or 5 years that I've been in this coaching business. There's a real deep desire for me to create a more intimate relationship with you, obviously, because of all the things that I've just explained about 222 and the year of 6 and blah, 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 and using the 3 to come into the 2. So my next free event, which is not an event, is called After Dark. And After Dark is going to be a masterclass, potentially even a master series, in which you get to ask me all of your questions, all of your deepest, darkest seekings that sit on your heart and soul, and you get to ask me anonymously, completely anonymously, so that I can answer your questions for you without you entering into a fear of being seen in a way that might crack you too far open. So it's a space where you get to ask the questions you never dare ask because it's completely anonymous. It's in the dark. And the context of this is more numbers for you guys. I'm a gift 7. So part of my gift is to be magnetic, is to be this great big shiny light. Put me on a stage, hand me a microphone, I will riff to 10,000 people, like not a problem. It's a gift to shine my light so brightly. And I've been thinking about the relationship that I have with my clients, that I have with the people on my mailing list and the people that watch me on Instagram. And it's always been about me, because it's always me that holds the Zoom room and me that does the live streams and me that teaches the things. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not bad and wrong at all. But I thought, what would make our relationship even stronger? What if I made it all about you? So the next free event, I keep calling it event and that is not the right word because it's not an event at all. But the next free container that I am creating is not about me, it's about you. So we'll switch off the lights, we'll go into the dark. You can ask me anything you want, nothing is off the table. And I will go into my divine channel, I'll go into my wisdom, I'll go into my truth, I'll go into my source connection, and I will answer whatever's on your heart and soul. Nothing is off limits. So, hello, I've been a fan for a while. Can I join and ask questions about this? Okay, so here's how we do this. If you go to afterdark.askharriet.co.uk and sign up, once you've signed up, it will take you to an anonymous question box. And you can put your question in there. And then what's going to happen is the team are going to collate all of these anonymous questions, and we've already had loads through, and you guys have been so raw and vulnerable, and I have no idea who you are because it's completely anonymous. There's no space for a name, no email address, nothing. We're going to collate all of these questions, and then we're going to schedule a time for us to come together on Zoom, I think probably. We'll sort out the tech another time. And I will go into Divine Channel, I'll go into Riff, and I will answer the questions and I will speak to that. This is going to be an ongoing masterclass, master series, where our relationship gets to evolve and develop, and you will hear things, you will get channeled truth and channeled wisdom, which may encourage you to come out of the dark and into the light and share your truth and share your story if you want to, but you don't have to. This is just a way for you to access the purity of my channel, my truth, my wisdom, my guidance, my love, my compassion, my intention to enhance my relationship with you in a way where you don't have to be vulnerable. You don't have to wear your heart on your sleeve. You don't have to reveal your wounds or anything like that. You get to remain completely anonymous, and then how you want to continue that relationship after I've shared that with you, that's entirely up to you, and we can take it from there. So it's called After Dark. You go to afterdark.askharriet.co.uk. Guys, I'm seeing loads of live requests, but this is not a joint live, so not this time, maybe another time. So this is After Dark. Make sure you sign yourself up, submit your anonymous question, and then you will receive further details to come live to the masterclass to receive the channel downloads and all of the messages. Kim says, already thought of my question. I'll be signing up after this has finished. Bless you. Cass says, love this, H. It's an amazing way for those who want to be seen but not seen. Exactly. So it's called After Dark. I cannot wait. We're just collating questions at the moment, and then we will update you with more information as to when the masterclass will take place. What we do know is that masterclass is only going to be streamed live. There is not going to be a replay for it, just because we're not entirely sure what's going to happen there. So it doesn't feel appropriate to make it a replay access thing. So I'll probably schedule it late in the evening so that all of my loves across the pond can tune in, because I appreciate sometimes I do things too early for you guys. So this container, let's just call it that, the After Dark container. This is a place where you can enhance your faith through the power of your word, because you can have faith that your words are valid. You can have faith that your questions are valid. Starry Phoenix, is there a space to write our questions? Yes, if you go to the sign up page, afterdark.askharriet.co.uk, the link is in my bio, so you can go check it out after the live. Once you've signed up, it will then take you to another page to submit your questions. This is a place where I want you to be able to practice the power of your word. See your raw truth being typed out. Hear the response to your raw truth coming through my channel on the live masterclass, when I answer your question, when I speak to whatever it is that you need me to speak to. The power of your word when it is in your truth, not someone else's truth, not truth that you've projected or protected or rejected or denied or anything else, truth which you think you need to claim as yours. Remember that whole contextual piece that I gave you at the beginning? When you use the power of your word with your truth, this is my question, this is my soul, this is my story, this is my heart, this is what I need to know, this is what I need to ask Harriet. Please pull this through from channel for me. You're using the power of your word, and you are seeing the faith. Your faith will be enhanced through the power of your word, because you'll see the response that you get from the channel when I deliver the response through the channel. The other way that you can enhance the power of faith is with the power of choice. And this is my other invitation for you this evening, and this one's massive. This is really, really going to test the power of your faith and the power of choice. I have a new program, a new container, and I've never done this before. I've never taught this before, and it's been on my heart and soul for a while. And then yesterday I got a nod from my own channel, from Spirit Team, that said it's appropriate that you make this available on 22/2/22. The price point is $2,222, and the program is called The Channel. This is the first time ever since I have been channeling myself that I am actually going to teach other people how to channel. It's kind of huge. It's kind of a big deal. Channeling is an incredible skill. It's a beautiful gift. I love being able to help and serve people with it. It's because of my channel that I can create things like After Dark. It's because of my channel that I can pull all these messages through. It's because of my channel that many of you will see me rock up on a quantum mastermind call, or a source mind mastermind call, or in the School of Mastery, or in the Money Consciousness Method, and you'll ask me a question and you'll see me go into channel, so many of you see it, and boom, I pull the answers through and I give you what you need, and I give you what you need to hear. And it's a skill that I have been mastering for many years now. Not something that I ever felt called to teach until very recently. And the program dropped in, and it's called The Channel. And I will teach you how to channel. I will teach you how to tap into the divine, how to pull through your own truth, your own wisdom, your own messages, your own connection. You will do it in a way that's very unique to you. My channel's unique to me. Your channel will be unique to you. I will find, or help you find, the channel that's unique to you through your numbers. So we access through numerology. So you will have your unique channel map, your unique channel access that is built on your date of birth and your age and where you are in the cycle of life. Now, learning how to channel is one thing. That's an act of faith. It's using the power of choice. I choose to learn how to channel. I'm practicing my faith that this is something that I can do and something that I can learn, but there's something even bigger than that that is really going to test your faith and really test your power of choice. When you go to check out the program, which you can do at thechannel.askharriet.co.uk, you will see two things. An image that I have selected specifically for you, and a button that says, I'm ready. And that's it. Nothing else. You won't see anything else. When you click the I'm ready button, it will take you through to the payment page where you will see the pay in full options and the payment plan options. But other than that, no dates, No times, no container information, no duration, no nothing. Because this is the first thing that I need to be able to teach you if I'm going to teach you how to channel. If you don't have faith in the unknown, channeling will be difficult. This is the year of 6. We are walking the path of 6. Your tools for walking the path of 6 are the 3 twos: relationship with self, with other, and with the divine. A channel, a divine channel, is a relationship with the unknown. It's allowing yourself to tune into something and you've got no idea what it is, what's going to come through. You can't see a channel, you can't feel a channel, there's nothing tangible. When the messages do come through at first, when you're first training in it, you've got no idea whether it's right or wrong, good or bad. Is it soul? Is it ego? What is it? Oh my God, I'm so confused. That's completely normal. I will walk you through that. But your first lesson in channeling is a lesson of faith. How much faith do you have in yourself to jump into a container that speaks to you, but it has no information about it? How much faith do you have in me? So this is your relationship with other, as your teacher, that I'm the one to teach you how to channel. And how much faith do you have in your relationship with the divine, that the divine will move through you in the form of channel? This is your first lesson. And it might not be a lesson that you're ready for. And that is completely okay. But this is why I've created the channel in this way. I know what the context is. I know what the container is. But you don't. You need to lead yourself by faith through the power of choice. Before I give you any details, before I start teaching you and training you, what I can tell you is this: I will teach you how to channel. But it's the power of choice and it's the power of faith. Amy says, OH, that's definitely a big leap of faith that childcare and everything else will be manifested with divine timing, deep breaths, lol. Absolutely. This is not something that I push people to. Channeling is not, it's not something to be half-assed. It's not something to be taken lightly. Typically, channeling is something that I've only ever reserved for my priestesses. Oh, so that's a point. If you're in my priestess paradigm, you get the channel for free. It's complimentary. It comes as part of your priestess training. Also, if you're in my ultimate offer, which is the one where you get all of my courses and programs for a year, you will also get the channel completely for free, which means the value of the ultimate offer and the value of the priestess paradigm just went up by £2,222. The other thing about the channel is this: I will eventually be revealing all of the information, the details of the container, the times, the duration, the calls, what else it involves, how our relationship's going to work, etc., etc. But at that point, the price will go up from 2222 to 2611. And I'm sure you can understand why. 2611. 2 being the relationship, 6 being the year of 6 and the path of 6, and 11 being, well, hello, the channel, the divine. I don't know when the price is going to go up. I don't know when the extra information is going to be delivered. What I do know is that the channel wanted to be heard and known and open to you on 22/2/22 for 22/22. There are pay in full and payment plan options available. And it wanted to give you the first lesson, the lesson of faith, to invite you into the power of choice, for you to see how powerful you are, and to show you that you can have faith in the unknown. You can have a relationship with the unknown, but the power of choice and the power of faith need to be activated first. So these are the 2 paths that I have for you. Our human relationship will be enhanced through After Dark. Our divine relationship will be created and channeled through the channel. The power of your word can be activated in After Dark, and the power of choice, the power of faith, can be activated in the channel. So, my loves, on this beautiful, auspicious day, 22/2/22, remember there is no one truth. The beauty of 2 is that there is no one truth. The beauty of 2 is duality, that all truths are valid, all beliefs are valid, all choices are valid, all words are valid. And actually in that acceptance and love and compassion of the other, we can truly understand the power of two. And remember to walk the path of 6, the year of 6, 2022. You need 3 things: relationship with self, relationship with other, relationship with divine. Free yourself from the need for enlightenment, for the need for one truth, and for the need for identification, because then you give the freedom to yourself to just simply be. And for those of you who are going to join me for the channel, get ready for an amazing year, because if ever there was a year to learn how to channel, the year of the unknown, walking the path of the unknown, that was the year. If you're watching this on replay and you've got any questions, just slide into my DMs, totally not a problem. The link in my bio will be updated with all of the options. After Dark should still be on there. The channel will be going on there shortly. If you have questions about any of the programs, the free containers, the paid containers, all of the things, you know where to find me. It'll be me or one of my team in the DMs. Thank you for sharing this time with me. It's been an honor to show up and serve and to share with you all of the things. If I don't see you in the channel, I hope to see you in After Dark or many of my other containers, sending you all the love and blessings for this auspicious day. Don't drive yourself crazy. All truths are valid. All truths are okay. This is the power of duality. You really don't need to stress about it. Okay, I love you. Bye for now.